I need to do like vocal warm-ups before I sit down and walk around the house going la la
Yeah.
la la
La
la
la
la
la la
la.
la la. Fa fa fi 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 fo.
Santa slid in a slick suit. Santa slid in a slick suit.
The fox should remember the lazy dog.
All right, here we go. The subject of today's episode is a method of torture used by the, big surprise here, British against the Irish during the Irish Rebellion of... Oh, fuck, I fucked that all up. I'm sorry. I'm going to do that again.
Just like we fucked up that rebellion.
There you go. Zing!
Yeah, that intro lasted about as long as
fuck.
Rebellion 2, to be fair.
Oh. All right. I kept putting down the Rebellion of 1978, and I had to go through and change them all to 17.
That happened too, yeah.
Damn it.
We're still trying to get rid of them.
Corn's playing in the background while you guys are rebelling. Yeah, shit. Hey everybody, Kevin here. So I know I said we weren't going to be doing a new episodes this week, but I thought, yeah, fuck it. Feels kind of weird not putting something out. So I decided to go in and take little bits and pieces from our extended episodes that you can only get on Patreon, just to show you guys kind of what the banter that Dan and I have before and after the shows, things we talk about. I'm telling you, it's a lot of like food and movies and, stuff along those lines. But we have fun with it, so hopefully you guys like it. If you do like it, then you can get more of that on our Patreon, patreon.com/torturepod. And if it's not for you, then, who gives a shit? All right, well, we will be back in 2 weeks, me and Dan. Until then, enjoy.
We'll get over that, I'm sure.
Yeah, pizza.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
So what
Yeah.
does Irish pizza look like?
This is just like cheapy pizza we bought in the shop just to do, because I actually technically already had dinner, so it was just
Oh, okay. It's just like a...
because I ate dinner at lunchtime.
Oven-ready
so,
pizza. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, holy
Alright.
shit, that's bad. But so I'll munch on it the odd time. I won't until after we do our intros.
That's fine. Hey, if it's I'm Kevin Young and I'm Dan
and I'm down to eat this pizza.
Oh fuck. Well, we got a lot of shit to get to today, so
Let's
probably
do
just
it.
go ahead and get into it. Okay. The subject of today's... I guess I should read the...
The subject of today's
The
throat
subject
clearing.
of today's... What the fuck are we doing again? Yeah. Alright, it's going to be one of those days. Patreon. Congratulations. They're all teenagers, so...
Yeah, well, the worst thing we have is just dirty clothes everywhere. It's fucking
Oh,
ridiculous. See, I wasn't like that though, because I had a basket in my room, but I would consider giving him a basket for putting his dirty clothes into in his room. But then the clothes will never ever leave that basket. Is the problem?
see, I did that because I was sick and tired of everybody's clothes getting mixed together, telling them to bring their clothes in, because I do the laundry on the weekends. Like, all right, this is laundry day. Any dirty clothes you have, bring down, and they'd have to pick up all the clothes off their fucking floor, which was covered from wall to wall with whatever. So I went out, and this was years ago. I got them all clothes baskets. I said, all right, these go in your room. Your dirty clothes go in there. On Saturday, you bring your clothes downstairs. I will wash them, put them back in the basket. You take them upstairs, you put them away. I cannot, with any way, without going upstairs and doing it for you, make this any fucking easier. That lasted all of maybe less than a week. I was like, bring your clothes basket down. Hold on. And then I hear them rummaging through shit, picking up all their fucking dirty clothes off. It was like, I told you, just put them in the basket. That's all you have to do is put them in the basket. And you go up there and you look at their room and there's clothes around the basket, which has been turned into some type of, I don't know, Thunderdome for action figures, and it's all broken up. It's like, what did I fucking... Come on, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. This thing we have, he has his desk, and he uses his desk as his in replacement of a floor drobe, as you'd call it. Like, so his clean clothes are there and his dirty clothes are there, and he can't tell them apart. The amount of times we've gotten clean clothes put through the wash because he can't be bothered to fucking sort them.
Oh yeah, washing the same. It'd be like the middle of July, and I'm washing a hoodie. It's like, why am I washing one of your hoodies? This is the same hoodie I've washed every weekend for the past 5 months since winter. Because they just leave it in there and they just put other dirty clothes on top of it, take it downstairs, I'll wash it again. It's like, you're wasting my fucking water. Oh, the best one. I'm talking about laundry. So my oldest stepson, he turns 18 in 2 days.
Cool. Happy birthday.
You would think it was cool. Oh, finally an adult can take care of yourself. He had a job interview. He starts a new job today. Nice. I mean, you would think that, he'd be able to do one fucking thing. So my wife taught the kids how to do laundry a long time ago. And our washer's kind of fucked up where it'll rinse and spin. But then if you leave the clothes in there long enough, you go downstairs, you got to put it on like a second spin to get the rest of the moisture out of them because they're still pretty like fucking soaked.
Yeah.
We tell him, he's like, go, this was just the other night. Like, go check your clothes, put them on a second spin. The same thing he's done countless times. Put them on a second spin and then put them in the dryer. 2 minutes later, he's upstairs. Like, I know that's not done spinning yet. Go downstairs and wait for it. He's downstairs for like 10 minutes. It's like, okay, I know it doesn't take that fucking long. Finally, he comes up. He's like, I did what you said, but it was taking too long, so I stopped it. I'm like, okay. He's like, they're still really, really wet. So I just put them in the dryer, and the dryer's having a hard time moving. I'm like, what do you mean they're still really, did you put them on a second rinse instead of spinning? He's like, no. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. So I go downstairs.
I saw where this was going.
I go downstairs and the dryer's going water flogging out the bottom of the fucking dryer. I'm like, what did you do? I opened up. He had turned the washer back on all the way around to run another full cycle.
Yeah.
I open up the washer. It's filled to the top with water. So he just restarted it, waited a few minutes, said, this is taking too long, and just pulled them out of the water and threw them right into the dryer. I had probably 2 inches of water in my dryer drum. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is how houses burn down, because their dryer runs on a sensor or won't stop drying until the clothes are dry.
Yeah.
And that thing would have been on for 2 fucking days, and it would have ended up lighting something on fire. I was like, you could have killed us. You understand that, right? Like, Jesus Christ, you're turning 18. Fuck. Get you out of my house as soon as possible. Go burn down your own fucking house. Fuck.
Trust me, I fucking hear you.
Spray my finger, can't cook.
I can't grip properly with it right now.
Yeah.
So I tried to open a fucking door with it, and I tried to grip it as normal, and I had to leave the finger off, and I wouldn't chop like this. You know, you see, the last time I did that, I chopped the top of this finger off. So
Jesus Christ.
I was really just too lazy to cook, so I slammed my hand on the door and went, no.
Trust me, I get it. I understand. You don't have to explain it to me. Perfect. I understand perfectly. The fuck did I put my water? Oh, fucking hell. I didn't mean to kind of go off on a tangent about the whole politics and everything on you.
Oh, that was funny. No, I was going, how the hell? Like, so the thing is, I don't understand it enough to even be able to spawn crazy. I just know everything's fucked.
It's completely fucked. I didn't even know if you knew what gerrymandering was. I don't know if that's something they have over there or not. But I was like,
not that I'm aware of, but maybe it is. But I don't pay enough attention to our own politics really to,
So whenever they do like the census and shit, and they get the information back whoever is in control of the state gets to set up the district lines. Our district lines over here for like state senators, congressmen, and all that stuff are constantly changing. So whenever we do the census, whoever is in charge of the state gets to set the district lines. Honestly, they should just go by, county or whatever, or certain sets of counties, but that's not how it works over here. Yes, please stand by. Air. But, so what, and both sides are guilty of it. One side is obviously more guilty than the other, but both sides have been found to be guilty of it. What they'll do is they'll set the district lines, so even if they have the minority of the voters, they still work it out to get the majority of the districts. So you can set up, there's good videos online to show you how you do it, but if you have like all these minorities and then just this little bit, all these Democrat voters and then just this little bit of Republican voters, you can make it out to where the Democrats will win one district, but the Republicans will win two. Because you put every single Democrat pretty much in one district and then separate the Republicans amongst two or three. That way you get more votes in those. That's how, like, Greg Abbott in Texas, governor of Texas, that is how he won. Texas is like, I don't know, there's a 65% blue now or something like that, which is, Democrat voters. But he was still able to win because they had control to make the districts, so the Republicans technically have more voting power than the Democrats do. That's gerrymandering.
That is ridiculous.
It's bullshit.
It's like your collegiate vote system is bullshit as well. It's like, hey, I can get 10 billion votes more because more.
It is ridiculous.
I think I fractured my fucking finger.
From slamming in the door 2 weeks ago? Or
yeah. Yep.
Is it all swollen?
It's a little bit. There's a big bump down the side where it happened, and it's still sore. So
yeah, you may have.
Oh well,
you may have.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
Good thing you didn't cook that night. You don't know what would have happened.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but like the thing is, even if I was to go get an X-ray now, like what the fuck are they going to do with it? It's straight to it.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on. Is it straight? No, it's not really. It kinks off here. It kind of goes on one side, and it kind of goes on the other side.
As long as it's not, like dislocated or like that.
Yeah, no, you can actually pretty see the curve in it there.
A little bit, right?
There's a little bit of a on this side. It cuts in and it cuts out on that side. Oh shit! So slightly like this. Oh well.
Yeah. I mean, all they do for that type of shit is just tape it to the other one or put a little splint on it. So I mean, that by now it'd be too late anyway.
Yeah. Oh well. So,
been making it hard to play guitar?
No, it's okay.
No,
it's only when I touch it in certain spots. So
that's all that matters, really.
There was a guy put up a thing on Facebook, local enough. He's probably about 30 minutes from me. Looking to start up a Linkin Park / Limp Bizkit tribute thing. So I'm like, The Linkin Park part of it, pretty good.
I mean,
the Soggy Biscuit part, maybe not as much.
That's two different ends of the same genre. Yeah, I mean, that's like, yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that if it was me. Because I mean, that's they're both technically new metal, but I mean there's a pretty big divide between the two.
Yeah, well, massively so.
Yeah,
massively. Call it Limp Park or something like that, or Limp Park.
Limp Park. Lincoln Biscuit.
Yeah, there is actually a biscuit here called Lincoln Biscuits. Like it's Lincoln. Yeah, so I was like, I got a picture of biscuits. I was like, yeah, you call the band this. And they're discontinued, so I don't think the company could sue us if we use the biscuits as our logo.
No, what?
So, you know,
Probably not. As long as you're not defaming the brand, because the person
you'd be
who
playing
owns it
Limp
might
Bizkit songs, of course you'd be defaming it.
I was a big fan of their first two CDs.
As was I.
After that,
Chocolate Starfish was fantastic. But
see, I didn't really listen to that one. That one had songs on it that I just didn't care for. But the Significant Other and $3 Bill, y'all, I fucking loved. I didn't listen to anything after that, really. Yeah.
But they had that one of the albums they released after Wes Borland left, and they had a couple of their better songs on it, and that was only because they're all written by that Matt Smith guy, and like he's a really good writer. And then but after that, then it's kind of like
And I just can't stand Fred Durst as a person. I think it kind of ruins the band for me because he's kind of a hypocritical piece of shit.
Yeah,
and so that kind of just ruins it for me. But still, whenever like Faith or Nookie comes on my phone or whatever, I still have to listen to it.
You know? Break stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm to the point where I've listened to that song so many times where if I never hear it again, I'm probably okay. You know how you have those songs?
Yeah.
You have those songs that you really like, but
Spirit.
Yeah, if you never hear them again, it's like, that's fine. I don't ever have to hear that song again because I can play it in my head anytime I want. But yeah, I think I've heard that song so many times that it's like, I don't.
Give me something to break. About your fucking face. Like a chainsaw. What?
Faith is one of the best
it's good.
Covers of a song of all time. It just, I mean,
I think "Take a Look Around" is one of my guilty pleasure songs, though. The Mission Impossible song.
Mission Impossible, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and part of it is playing it though, like when it has the really heavy
yeah,
and like that, playing that is so fucking cool.
Well, Wes Borland I always loved his guitar playing. And I followed him when he first started Big Dumb Face. Have you heard of Big Dumb Face?
That's
project.
That's when he did with his brother, wasn't it? Was it his brother he did Big Dumb Face with?
I think that's who it was with. And I had that first album is fucking ridiculous. I love it so goddamn much, even though it's just a novelty type album. It's just goofy songs. The second album was not near as good. I didn't even know they'd put it out until a couple of years after they'd put it out. It wasn't that good, but the first album is fucking amazing. I have a couple friends that actually went and saw them live, and they are all excited to see them. And they pulled one of these things where they all came out in like assless chaps and cowboy hats and played Western music the whole night. They didn't play any of their songs. They just played They just played spoofs on country Western songs all night. They said it was great. I was like, I'd have been fucking irate.
Yeah.
If I went to a faux metal show and I got fucking country Western music, I'd have fucking thrown something at the stage.
Yeah, I probably would have been the same, yeah. Yeah, I would not have been too impressed by that, though.
Well, Beck has been known to do that type of stuff to people to show up to his concerts, and he just plays like old folk songs or something instead of any of his. But I guess it's Beck, so he can get away with it, and his fans won't care. I would be upset. I'd be
I'd be
screaming.
It depends on who you go see, I think, and I'm kind of thinking as well, kind of how many times you've gone to see them. Yeah. More so, like if I went to see, like let's say like Alice in Chains, and they just start playing a heap load of Stone Temple Pilot songs or something, I'd be fairly pissed off because I've been very unlucky to never get to see them. Like same with Bush, I'd be very pissed off if I got to finally go see them and they start playing shit like that. But if I've seen them about 10 times, then I couldn't care. Like if I went to see like Slipknot now and they played somebody else's music, which would be a better thing than their latest album anyway, then I wouldn't care. Kind of similar as that, like Dinosaur Jr., like they're one of my favourite bands, and I've seen them a few times now, and I love seeing them play their own stuff, but I also love it when they do covers sometimes, but they don't do a whole set full of covers. But that shit.
You said Stone Temple Pilots. This it was a couple of years before he died. Scott Weiland was doing some solo concerts that he came over here and
Mm.
did a solo. He did a solo concert in like this like underground type club that was, it's kind of dark and smoky, and only like, I don't know, 125 people or something like that were let in, and everybody was super excited. And apparently he didn't do any like Velvet Revolver or Stone Temple Pilot stuff. He just did his solo stuff that he hadn't even released yet.
Oh, right.
And yeah, people were calling into the radio
That-
station and be like, it was shit. He was fucking drunk and stoned out of his mind. You couldn't understand half of what he was saying. We didn't know any of these songs, and none of them were like good rock songs. They were all like slower songs.
He did, yeah, he did like a lot of
I'd have been
ballady stuff or some shit, like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have been pissed.
Yeah,
But,
that would have
I
pissed
mean,
me off.
People like that, I mean, you're gonna get what you're gonna get, I guess. Don't fucking go into something like that thinking you're gonna get something other than what you're gonna get. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh well.
Realistic expectations when you, in some ways as well. But let me say, you don't expect somebody to ignore all of their hits.
Yeah.
The things that had them there in front of you in the first place. You know what I mean? It's not like you go see John Fogerty. By God, he's going to play a heap loads of Creed's Clearwater Revival songs. He isn't going to turn around and just play his own random solo shit. He knows what's paying the bills.
Right.
So,
yeah. You know where your bread's been buttered.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why bands play things that they're sick to fucking death of playing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
What they want.
Well, that's it, exactly, yeah. It's like fucking, I don't know what somebody was going to say there. And
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was that's going to mention, but sure, look, it's obviously not that important. I remember it halfway through the episode, like, okay, this is what I was talking about.
Remember what we were talking about before we started recording?
Yeah.
That. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Sure,
Some people will
this is
understand.
in the
'cause-
recording now, so it's all good. It's all good.
All right. Well, fuck. I
remember what I was gonna say. It was Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses, right? Before Appetite was released, and they toured Appetite like fucking crazy before they were ever known. So they were basically touring Appetite for 4 years or something like crazy like that. And because they were touring for a couple of years, and then it was picked up. And the only reason they brought out GNR Lies was to just, everybody was like, hold on a minute. This band has been around for a couple of years now. This album's so old, and they're still playing this stuff. There's no new music, and because people are only discovering it 2-3 years after it was actually released. So you can imagine how they felt with like the Sweet Child of Mine, which the single wasn't released for a few years until after the album or whatever. Like, but they had been playing it to death, and done everything for years before they did anything else. So. You can imagine how much they love playing that, but they know it pays the bills.
Slash has come out and says that he hates playing a lot of those old songs because
been playing it for 35 years.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. Jesus Christ. There's songs that come on that I was listening to 20 years ago that I don't play. I just listen to them that I skip over. Sometimes like, I'm good. I don't need to hear that.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not. If somebody was paying me millions of dollars to listen to them, I probably would say screw it and I'd still listen to them. But I mean, that's just me.
No, I'll play the same song every day from now to the eternity if you pay me enough money. I couldn't give a shit. Just throwing out there, people. I'm that cheap.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, I need to find another good horror. No.
Yeah, well, I got the movie challenge is going to be coming up. A little over a month. So
Sweet. Might try and do what I can of it.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, speaking of we watched Event Horizon for the first time. Well, I've seen it. Obviously, got Alison to watch it for the first time. She wasn't a big fan.
Oh, yeah, that's a mind fuck of a movie.
She thought it was a bit kind of boring. It's very of its time, though. That's the thing. Like when you look at that for when it came out, it was fucking crazy. Well,
yeah,
they skip through so much stuff like so fast. It's like they're sitting there and some crazy shit happens, and then they're sitting there because it's pure 1990s movie, like only 90 minutes long. They don't have time to explain everything, and they turn around and they're like, I think this ship is alive. It's fucking with us. It knows our fears. It's doing all this.
Yeah.
My God, I think this is what's happening. What are you talking about? This can't be happening. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, it is happening. Okay, this is happening. And then they just keep going. It's like, all right, okay. You literally have a 3-second scene in it where they figure everything out, explain the
Uh-huh.
entire fucking premise of it, and then continue on their merry way as if nothing's going wrong.
Well, you pretty much write two separate scripts. You write a script for like the beginning part, and then you write a script for the rest of it. You're like, okay, how do we combine the two? I know.
A scene in
We'll
the
just
hallway where they
we'll
talk to each
just
other.
stop everything
Yeah.
and tell you exactly what's going on.
Yeah, the funny thing is,
Just right in your face.
the character that figures it out, you don't see her for ages. Like she's gone. It's the pilot one. I can't remember her name. The blonde one, the only one that survives it basically, or the main one that survives. And she's nowhere to be seen for so long. She spends her whole time on the bridge doing nothing. Meanwhile, one of the lads is after going off, getting sucked and saying and dying or something like that. There's another fella's after getting blown up or some shit. There's loads of stuff happening, and she's not shown anything. Like you're the one seeing her kid and getting the place blown up and everything. And next thing she comes walking to the hallway. I think I know what's happening. It's like, you haven't been doing anything. What are you doing? Like, where does this come from? You just out of nowhere kind of go, I know what's up. It's like, thanks, Blondie.
I've got it.
I still love the movie though. Like, that's the thing. I love the entire premise behind it and everything. So yeah, I'll definitely have to do like an Event Horizon style game at some stage.
Oh man, we just have to make sure that halfway through we stop and explain to everybody
in the middle of the hallway.
what's going on.
That's like if we ever did a Resident Evil game, I'd be very disappointed if when people are talking, they're not doing hand motions like this.
Yeah.
My God, you, Jill, the master of unlocking, should take this lockpick. And you have to keep your hands like this the whole time.
Curved. Yeah. There just happens to be a large puzzle in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Quickly push these statues around so we can access the toilet and the police station.
There are zombies coming. Well, they'll have to wait until we're done with the puzzle.
I always thought it was really the funniest thing about those games though is I absolutely adore them. Just trying out. They're like my favorite game series of all time. But the thing is like the police station, and it must have been the biggest pain in the ass of a place to work in, because like every room is like fucking puzzles. It's kind of like, oh God, I'm after losing my heart key again. Oh well, I'm gonna have to go find it now by completing 17,000 puzzles.
Yeah.
And I want to access the maintenance thing down the sewers. Oh well, it looks like you got to find all these keys that are shaped like chess pieces, and they're all fucking hidden behind secret doors and shit.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's like, why? Like, yeah, it's like you just want to. Oh God,
I have no problem with puzzles, but I mean, come on,
the chess
silly.
plugs pissed me off.
It's so silly.
They obviously don't want you to make it easy, but at the same time, the amount of doors you come across, and they're simple, straight up, crappy ass wooden door, and you're like, we need a key, it's locked, and it's like, oh, there's a diamond etched on the handle. It's like, yeah, my foot's etched on the side of the door as well. I'm kicking a damn thing through. There's that shit.
There's a fucking thing crawling on the ceiling coming after me. I needed this. Can it wait for a minute while I go find a key with a diamond?
Gives a shit.
It's just so. Oh fuck.
Or going to the toilet. I don't need to go right now. Trust me, I think you do. So excuse me, Mister First time coming across zombies, but I'm all right with it. I'm not shitting myself at all. It's like, no, I don't need to go to the bathroom all night.
Just imagine your first time in Raccoon City and you're just like, why are all the keys just like hidden around the place? Yeah. Is there a key ring with all the keys? What is going on here?
You see people completing puzzles just getting to their houses and stuff like that. You know?
Where's he going? He's always going 3 houses down. He's got to find the key with the shamrock on it and bring it back and use it to open the window. Now, do you remember the combination that you saw on the bus 3 days ago? No, what the fuck are you talking about? Let me in. There's things going to kill me.
The ice cream in my shopping's melting. I gotta get in quick.
Got a gun. Blow the fucking handle off the goddamn door and run in. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn idiots.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, well, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That's kind of one of those things. It's like a state by state thing as well. Because when we went to Indiana a few years ago to her parents' house for New Year's, I was like, I'm gonna go grab a couple Angry Orchard. I want some apple cider for the
Mm-hmm.
night. So I ran. They're like, okay, well, you're gonna have to hurry. The liquor store closes. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'll just go to the fucking gas station. I go to the gas station. There's no alcohol anywhere. I'm like, where's your alcohol? They're like, you have to go to the liquor store for that. You can't buy alcohol in a gas. They looked at me like I had a fucking third head out my ass. It's like, you can't buy alcohol here, because here in Illinois, you can buy alcohol. Fuck, you can buy alcohol at the fucking drugstore. You can buy alcohol anywhere. You can literally go to a Walgreens and buy fucking booze. So, like, we got 4 gas stations in town here. I can buy beer at any one of them.
It's the same here. Like,
So,
yeah, you can buy pretty much most places. I'm pretty sure you can go to the local florist and get some as well. So
but so it's like a state by state thing here of what you can get where. So it's almost like going to another country.
That's what I found over there, though, is that
it
it seemed like that because of the way your state laws are done. I mean, the way each state is in itself nearly like its own little country, all using the same currency, though. Because the way laws are so different as soon as you pass over a state line.
Yeah, with a handful of federal laws that everybody has to abide by, but it's like, you cross state line and they go, oh, there goes all my daughter's rights out the window.
Yeah.
She can't do.
Are you driving south? By any chance?
No, just going over to Indiana. They're just as red as they are down there for now. Anyway, yeah, like my wife had edibles with her. It's like, make sure we don't get pulled over. You get pulled over now, it'll be a crime. But in Illinois, it's not.
Yeah,
it's like, don't get knocked up. Can't get an abortion over here. They'll force you to have the baby, even if you're raped. So,
but go over to the next state, you're okay.
Yeah, Illinois, between Indiana and Missouri, it's like everybody comes over here to get the shit that you're not allowed to do there and then go back home.
Yeah.
So, we're the Canada of the Midwest.
Yeah. A lot less flappy heads.
Hey, buddy. We've apologized so many times for Ryan Adams, buddy.
You can't get the Washington Hill, buddy.
Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
I saw this really funny video of these two Canadians arguing at a hockey game or something, and it looks like they're apologising to each other the whole time, but they're having a fight, and the captions involve people comment, I'm not your guy, buddy, I'm not your buddy guy, and it's just the two of them like this. Oh, it was really funny.
That's my Tim Hortons, buddy. That's my Tim Hortons, buddy.
Yeah,
the thing that I don't get is, okay, so all of the animatronics have the spirits of little kids in them, and I'm guessing still have the dead bodies of the little kids in them.
Yeah.
Does the little cupcake that the one is carried around, it's alive? Yeah. Does it just have like a head inside it?
That's what I assumed. Yeah, it was.
Because otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, the whole movie doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm guessing it's just a head, or
I'm trying to think,
a tiny person.
I might have actually said to you that there was a bit that was a jump scare that made us laugh, because it was myself and another guy said, yeah, we both thought it was we both thought it was funny when everybody else was jumping or something. I don't remember. I remember somebody frightening me during a movie before as well, where they jumped and I was anticipating it. And it was when I went to see a special screening of Aliens in the cinema, right? And Michael Biehn was there doing a QA, which is really cool. So I got to meet him. And so one of my happiest moments, I got to meet Kyle Reese, which is great. But and there's a scene in Aliens that always made me jump, which was the face hugger in the tube when it goes up against the...
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right?
And coming up to that scene, and I don't know how many times I've seen the movie, and it always made me jump. And I was sitting there watching this anyway, and it's like, I was coming up to that, don't jump. Don't be the only asshole out in the whole theater that jumps at this fucking thing. You've seen it 101 times, you know. Like, I've seen this movie more than I've seen any other movie. I know this is coming. I know exactly when it's coming. And I'm sitting there kind of going, anticipating. It's like, right, yeah, don't jump. And the guy beside me jumps when it happens and hits my hand. So I fucking left. And he's like, I'm sorry, man, that bit always makes me jump, and I didn't want to be the one to jump. I was like, oh, it's fucking sad. Shit myself.
Oh, fuck.
Like, we're the only two. No place, everybody's sitting there laughing. We're like, oh. Anyway. So what's new with you, Phil?
Yeah, I haven't talked to you in fucking forever.
Let's see. I started a job at a pharmacy.
As really?
As an assistant manager. Went in for stock boy, and then they're like, "Yeah, we want to give you assistant manager," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not going to say no to that."
It's just by the end of next week, he'll have a podcast up and running for them now, and then he'll just vanish into the night, and then he'll go join somewhere else. Say, guys, I got a job working in like a mom and pop corner store now. They're now the second biggest podcast in northern Atlanta City because I moved to America.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I still get the podcast, so that's nice. So they give me Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, and I work pretty much all the days. And all I've been doing so far is restocking, because it's a pharmacy with like a grocery store attached to it, because that's what all the stores are now. And so I've been like just restocking, making sure the dates are up in order. Restocking, making sure the dates are in order. Restocking. I don't even touch the pharmacy shit. I just restock fucking food like I'm at a grocery store.
Yeah, I remember like my first time in America, I thought was really funny because I was looking to buy cigarettes and I couldn't find any. And my aunt said to me, she's like, "You have to go down to the pharmacy." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, the local drugstore." I was like, "No way." I said, "Yeah." So I went in, and lo and behold, I bought about 10 kilos of M&Ms. And nothing healthy at all, considering I was in a pharmacy. And a load of cigarettes. I was like, yeah, this is great. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm dying to hear all about Phil's Japanese hentai thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited because I looked up what you were talking about, so I got a little bit of a snippet in here for the intro for that, but I had no idea what the fuck Phil was going to talk about, so I just have something very vague.
I'm starting to wonder if Phil knows what the fuck Phil's going to talk about as well.
No, he does. He does. I read it and I'm like, this is the perfect thing because it's going to make you both all laugh, but at the same time feel horrible for this poor man.
All right. I was going to say, Phil's just sitting there with Crunchyroll open on the side. Just quickly, play by play, what's happening.
I'm going to tell you. This Titan came out of nowhere.
So there's the one guy with blonde hair, he's going pew, 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 and there's the other guy with the black hair, he's going pew, pew, pew. And here's a dragon for some reason. And then there's this other guy who wears this weird hat, he's stretchy. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Did you? Oh, there was a trial that they brought in Bleach. One of the I saw. I can't remember what the trial was. It was something big, but the one of the defendants' lawyers brought in the anime Bleach and about how season 3 and 4 or 2 and 3 had these fillers of villains that you never hear from again, and she's like, my client is exactly like that. He's just being used to fill up. I'm like, what the fuck?
So she brought in Bleach to be able to create an argument like that had nothing to do with Bleach. Okay.
Yeah, it was like
just bringing in an old episode of Seinfeld. See Jerry's girlfriend? You never see her again. That's my client.
Pretty much. It would have been probably better. People would have been like, oh yeah, okay, that makes
Let's bring in every Metallica album since Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
Some shit is for see this?
See this?
Or Thump
It's
Thumping.
big today. You won't remember it tomorrow.
Right, I'll talk to you later on.
That's a question I wanted to ask you. You guys drive on the left side of the road in Ireland, right?
Yeah, the cracked side. Yeah.
Okay, so that's wrong. But anyway,
I'll explain why it's cracked. But anyway, go on.
when you walk, like when you're walking down a hallway or down a narrow path, and there's people coming towards you, do you go to the left side as well?
Yeah, so the whole thing is, though, especially really since COVID and stuff like that, but most places they have it set up so is that the intention is to have you on the left hand side
Okay.
versus, so like even like if you come up, and I'm assuming you call them the same thing, like escalators,
Yeah.
are done the same way typically. So left hand one is going the direction you're going in, if you get me.
Right.
Stuff like they try and have it set out that way, where they have, if you're in an area that has like a coordinated, designated place for you to walk.
Sure.
Other than that, it's just every man for himself as a rule. Like you walk down one of the main streets in Dublin here, whatever like that. It's not going to be left people walking on the left hand side of the footpath.
I get that.
But,
yeah. Well, because I know it's a weird thing to bring up, but I think because you grow up with going on that side of the road or whatever, we have this real narrow walkway at work. And if two people are going, opposite one another, you really kind of have to go to one side, kind of squeeze past. It's a safety walkway. And no matter how many people you walk past, no matter how many times you do it, everybody always just instinctually goes to the right.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that makes sense.
I wonder if that's universal or if that's different for every country.
I can guarantee you that I probably do that. Like times like you pass by somebody in a hallway or coming through a doorway or whatever like that. Yeah, you tend to stand off to the left as opposed to the right. And which is why if you ever hear, I think if you try and go right, that's where the whole which way you go,
and then it's all we're dancing, we're dancing.
Anyway, sorry about that. Go fuck yourself, idiot. But yeah, and I funny thing that's when that sort of stuff happens. But yeah, the reason why it's the proper correct side is because it originates from back in the medieval days and stuff like that, where you'd have people passing by each other. You could see if they were armed or not, because you're passing by it and arguments going on. You could see they had weapons, that in their hand or not, and if you were going to be fighting, then it was on your sword arm side. So you're passing by. I'm on this side. You're coming past. Your good arm is towards where the person is. So it makes sense. To like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're across from each other and your sword is over here and you're over there, you're not going to be able to do it as effectively as that side. That's kind of the origins of it,
I suppose. But again, maybe we don't.
And you only changed because of British rule. That's the only reason you changed it.
That's a good reason to change shit.
I know that, yeah, but it was the other way around because that's the way it was in British rules, stuff like that. And then you, as far as I'm aware now, you changed it after the fact because once you kicked the Brits out, you were like, no, fuck this shit, we're changing. We were too lazy about it. We already had it all. By the time we kicked them out, we had roads and shit. So like, you didn't, you still had horse trails and stuff. So, but like, yeah,
we have to get rid of every remnant of the British kingdom. So we should just change the roads too. I don't know about that. Can we just like change the flag or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. All right. I didn't know. But by all means, let's just, because they did it perfect way in medieval times. So you should just, everything medieval times.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Next thing you know, they're going to be crushing heads.
I'm going to go to the doctor's next week and he's going to be like wearing one of the big fucking bird masks.
The plague masks.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So how do you feel today? How's everything go?
All I can smell is juniper berries.
Forced feeding is going to be the next one. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of food talk on that.
Oh, yeah.
I torture myself every fucking day because I know I shouldn't be eating this, but...
Be the least amount of food talk we do.
We won't talk about food at all. Yeah. We'll just talk about comic books. No, that I went to I had a cardiologist appointment yesterday, and my cardiologist is kind of he's real blunt. He's kind of a ball breaker.
Yeah.
So he finally comes in and goes, "Hello, Mr. Young." And he goes over my chart. And he's like, "I see you've gained weight." I was like, yeah, I mean, probably. He's like, he looks up at me kind of like no, not probably. Not an opinion. It's a statement of fact. you've gained weight. I'm like, okay, fine. I fucking gained weight. Jesus Christ. It hasn't been that much.
Those Big Mac carbonaras. That's what it is.
Do you have any idea how many pizzas from McDonald's I consume in a day? Every time I watch American Psycho, I have to have a pizza and spaghetti from McDonald's. It's like, listen, I changed jobs. It's like, I work nights. I don't get enough sleep. I snack when I went from doing a job where I'm working a lot, moving around a lot, to a job where I'm pretty much standing in a control room pressing buttons all fucking night. If I have to go out of the fucking control room, I'm pissy. And I sit there and I snack and I watch fucking movies on my phone while I'm doing my job. What do you fucking expect? Yes, I'm going to gain some weight. Fuck you. It's like, do you work out? It's like, yeah, I go to the gym. I try to go at least 3 times a week, 4 if I'm able to. He's like, what do you do? It's like, I weight lift. Maybe you should try some cardio. It's like, fuck you.
That's something I need to do. I don't go. I need to do it.
I told my wife, it's like, he pretty much called me fat. She's like, that motherfucker, I'll beat his ass. It's like, you can't get mad at somebody for just being honest. Because I have gained weight, but I don't think it's enough. She's like, you work out a lot. It's muscle weighs more than fat. I was like, yeah, but my fat weighs quite a bit.
That's it. I'm the same. I have to put on a ton of weight, so I need to,
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I have gained weight. I am, starting to put on, some fat, and I probably need to stop snacking and everything. She's like, okay, can you pick me up something for lunch? I'm hungry. He's like, what do you want? Arby's?
Yeah.
Like, all right. So we both got big beef and cheddars, and I'm just sitting home just shoving beef and cheddar and curly fries in my
so
face.
bad.
Like, I can't believe he called me fat. Why is my cholesterol so high?
I was saying, give me another couple of weeks and I'll start to look a bit more like Admiral Akbar.
It's a snack.
Yeah. Damn it again.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, here we go. People.
Takes a second for the announcer to come in.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News. Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told bemused doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong. I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kinky shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might attract him. At a hushed press conference, a hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flame shot out the tube, igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon!
I'm fucking crying.
Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil. While Farnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract.
My God.
Armageddon!
That's perfect.
Oh, fuck, it's so goddamn good.
Peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might make the gerbil come out.
That's amazing. I would be sharing that.
So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon!
Armageddon!